NFL were being found out for Deflategate, and he's like, oh shit, my legacy is on the line. Portland's plan is to fully reshape the roster around Damian Lillard. Interesting.
No, that's smart.
Yeah, but realistically, who are they going to get? If he hasn't brought in anyone special now, why would he bring in anyone special after?
No idea. I mean, it's a change from where he was at the start of the season, though, to be fair.
Oh, Knicks fans now accept that our team is shit. Well, we are based in New York. What do you expect? Damn it. Mina Kimes. Oh, this fraud. Oh, they're only doing all this because that guy came after her about Jimmy. So the trailer should be like Chris. Oh, Chris Evans, shut up, you absolute simp. Why do I even follow you? Waste, man. Five transfer deals that nearly happened. Fabio Cavalier to Liverpool, Adam Traore to Tottenham, Lingard. Everyone knows that. He didn't offer anything new for Fabrizio. He need to get out. Noel F. Yeah, because Noel sucks. Top end, yeah. Why was Reddish D plus? Tom Brady on potential NFL return. Never say never.
Retire, man. Leave us alone.
Just go away. Lots. New poster for the book of Boba Fett. Lots of character I know means show is good. Honestly, I think this show proves Star Wars fans will eat anything up if it has characters they recognize.
Yeah.
It has me super worried for Obi-Wan. All I've heard is that the writing's lazy, boring, and inconsistent, full of fan service with little substance. Nothing about everything from Mando season 2 and Boba Fett give me Doctor Who series 12 vibes. Tons of returning characters for the sake of it rather than coherent writing or substance.
Have we got?
It feels like they're panicking after the sequel trilogy and just shoving recognizable characters in it. Interesting take. Don't worry, my friend. I've got 8 more episodes of this bullshit before I get onto Boba Fett, which will be incredibly fun. We all know it.
Okay, well, we don't have any viewers yet.
We're live?
Yeah.
What?
I didn't realise
I've
that.
been chatting rubbish while we're on live. Oh my gosh.
Normally I'm the only viewer, but I can't do that because I'm actually here.
Go share it to your friends. Oh, I know. Hold on. Let's put it out on Instagram. Okay, how would I do that? Oh, I know. Let me take a picture of... Okay, let me go to Double Knowledge Podcast. Boom. Shut up! Ew, I don't like my voice.
Turn the volume off.
There you go. Now we're live, and then I'll screenshot, and then go to Instagram, and then log on to this. Go to the other one. It's better long. More long. Add new. No, we have to put it in our story. What? Oh, to put that one. Yeah. But then right. Live now.
Oh, MK's
With our new
Is
show.
it?
Yeah, he doesn't have a camera.
What did I say? Oh my god. New show. Boom, boom. Give it a cheeky note. Oh, that actually worked out pretty nice. Let me put some sparkles. I don't know what that. Okay, yeah, that looks cool. Let me add a. Don't allow. Hashtag let's get vaccinated. Yes. World class.
M-
Oh, that's what Sparkle's doing. Okay, cool. Done. Boom.
MK, you gonna join? I don't know if he's here or not.
Fucking idiot.
Says he is, but
Who commented? Oh, okay. Oh, don't worry, Isman. On our podcast, Insta, we have won an iPhone 13. Yes.
Lovely.
Are you excited?
Yeah. I mean, I use Android, but
Hey, don't say that sort of stuff. It's blasphemous. Oh, why am I following so many people on my main account? Come on, look. Drill Hub liked my video. Why, thank you. Oh, he done a tacky video. I guess he's a Liverpool fan.
lovely.
Um,
We're up to 2 concurrent viewers, but
one of them cannot be me, so that this is positive.
no, now we're on 0 concurrent viewers.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
We'll wait
Why
for
would
people.
they leave?
We will wait for the people.
Sounds. I don't want a Euphoria sound. What's a meme song? That's so shit. Monkey. This is the best one.
What the fuck?
It's me and the monkey, innit? That's
Lovely.
semi-racist. Okay. Lot.
Alright, what time should we give it for it to start doing no stream?
When we get concurrent views.
Okay.
Come through. Bosh. Close. Mason Mount versus Phil Foden. Alright, let's see this. Case. Yeah. Okay. Oh shit, I lost the audio. Audio? Video? Yeah. This is not looking good for my oratory skills. It's alright.
MK is still muted. If you're gonna join, bruv. Unless he's trying to fix his camera.
Mount. Foden. Who is better? Mount has more tangible quality, whereas Foden has more potential and flashy moments, I'd say. Mount is more effective than Foden, but Foden's better. There you go. But,
We have 2 viewers, lovely.
can they come through and say hello? Hello? What do you want? Yeah, MK's never talking, so that's alright. I can't even click his settings and kick him out. Okay.
I can try. Don't say that. We're live, bruv.
What? I said kick him out. You don't like MK.
I'll kick him
Yeah,
out.
he's a waste man.
Remove from call. There you go.
I don't think I've ever seen a player take such a turn. That Atlanta series broken. Bro, you just put up another 30 points, man. Leave him alone. Oh my gosh. Oh, 3 viewers. World class. Oh my gosh. There. Yes. Go. Babe. So proud. World class.
Should we just get started and then we will carry on? Oh, well, I'll put. It's going to be recorded anyway. It'll be up on Spotify and stuff tomorrow.
Yeah, if anyone asks, we can explain the format very quickly. Did live start already? I thought I logged in on time. This guy said, yeah, I'll be here for 4:15, and he came at 4:30. This guy is lost brain cells. That's what he's wasted potential. Is what he is. My God, you did, but you weren't talking. Yeah. All right. Let me go on and check the.
Yeah, we're on 2 viewers. All right,
I don't want.
we'll get started. Thank you for coming back, everyone who's here. This is the first of many debate episodes that we're gonna do.
Sadly,
Weekly.
everyone just.
If you check,
Everyone just wants to come to hear my opinions. My God.
if you check our Instagram, you would have seen a massive post by MK and Aslam saying, Tuesdays at 4:30 we're gonna start our live stream.
It's 4:41.
Yep. We'll wait for the people. We did start at 4:30.
Yeah, it's all your fault. You stupid viewers. Yeah. How about that?
Well, regardless, as you can see in the comments around about now, I did put up a the link tree that we have, and if you go onto it, you'll see that we now have a Discord and a Skype chat for people to come in and ask questions or add questions into it. So on the Discord chat now, we've got like 5 or 6 questions at the moment for football to talk about in the future.
What?
Yeah, my friends are just going through and just adding stuff.
To the Discord. What the hell, man?
This was a surprise. There's also a Skype chat if you do want to join. If you join, and we could possibly have you on a debate one day or a video one day. That should be quite cool.
Okay.
What else is there? I also have started a Apple podcast channel, so we're also on Apple now. That's lovely. Yeah, that's as much as we can give. Below you'll also find our Twitter, our Instagram, and our Spotify. So yeah, lovely. Well, joining me today, well, as always, I'm your host Aslam. Joining me today, I've got Aslam, who's in the title of this because it's Aslam versus the World, episode 1. And today we have Miles joining Aslam. Hello, Miles.
Hello.
Would you like us to link your Instagram or anything in the description?
No.
People can see your drawings.
No, I'm good. They're not that good.
Well, Miles' drawings are fucking great, just for everyone to know.
They're actually sick, I'm telling you.
Yeah, that's true.
Give himself enough credit. I could draw like that. I got the lowest possible grade in art.
Yeah,
I got an S in art.
You got an S in art?
S.
At GCSE? Oh.
Ow.
Yeah, favorite. Because I didn't do any work. I just sat there and listened to music the whole time.
Fair enough. I mean, you can still draw at least.
Yeah, I guess.
I think when we were in year 7 and year 8, we had a competition to see who could get the lowest mark in art.
Bloody hell.
Me.
Yeah, because we were put on a table of everyone who was on like 3C or below. And it was just all of us.
I didn't try to be the worst. That was me genuinely like trying to be half decent at art. And I got the lowest grade. So that was a big hit to my self-confidence, but, you know, that's alright.
I remember I got a 4 in the exam that they made us do at the end of the year, and everyone was shocked.
Well, did you guys pick art for GCSE?
No. This was like year 7, year 8 time.
I wanted to do well in
Alright.
So, Miles, you've been asked to send moods.
Yeah, just send me a DM and I will.
Alright, we'll get started. Well, the way this debate works, I have 3 questions ready, so there'll be technically 3 rounds. If you in the comments would like to give your decision on who won each round, that would be great, but we'd still do 3 rounds just for the content.
For the views.
For this debate, us 3 are still a Raj favour. Joe and Tyre as well, I think.
Raj was trying as well. I can't believe it. So today's
debate, since it's Aslam and Miles, will be surrounding movies and TV shows. Because for as long as I can remember, Aslam and Miles have been arguing like nearly daily about movies and TV shows.
I'm right. That's why.
So,
Yeah, right.
boys, are we ready?
Yeah.
No, we might as well end it. He just accepted that I was right.
I said, yeah, right.
It's over. Exactly. Yeah. Right. Exactly. I've defeated him.
I should send it in the football chat, shouldn't I? Because everyone knows Miles in that one.
Yeah, come on, man.
Yeah, okay. Where is it? Alright. Well,
Learn more.
we'll get started. And I'll give you the first question. Just let me know who you think won after both people have given their opinions.
The correct answer is me.
The first question that I'll keep in the comments and will be in the description for the future viewers. Are comic book movies becoming stale? As you have the floor.
Oh, what? Me? Why do I have to go first? This is an absolute disgrace. Alright, let me think. Yes, they are. Of course they are. Like, let's be real. They're just the same thing. In the sense that you don't get any finality to anything anymore. Like, you don't just get stories. Everything has to connect with one another because everyone wants to follow the MCU's formula. The MCU is stale in itself because, I mean, we're 23 movies deep and everyone has realized that the villains are terrible on the whole. They're mostly jokes. The movies themselves just follow the same typical formula, especially if it's a standalone. You have the typical hero's journey. The villain is typically an inversion of the hero, which makes it more difficult for the hero to win until the end when they get a really cool power up, and then we get an epic CGI villain at the end. For some reason, we had that in Wonder Woman. We had that in Doctor Strange, even though I think it was utilized pretty well there. We had that in Fudge. What was the new one that just came out?
Shang-Chi.
We had that in Eternals. We had that in
Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi. My God, that was terrible. The ending, anyway, not the whole movie. And the typical, MCU humor. I mean, the reason why many people are now coming at the superhero movies is because, as much as we like them, they do offer nothing different anymore. Everything just wants to be like Marvel, and even that is becoming stale and annoying. I mean, blasting off from that, everyone wants to have a cinematic universe like the MCU, so yeah, of course it's becoming stale.
Miles, you have a rebuttal?
It's not going to be that much of a debate because I kind of agree with it. Not as much as Aslam, because especially with the MCU, you can tell when you're watching the films. Like, because when I first watched them, I watched them like all at once, like all 20 films in back to back, and you can just tell that like the films are becoming the same. They will have like the same formula and stuff. So, but I feel like it's not becoming stale yet because it hasn't, like, if they carry on doing it the same way as they're doing it, it will become stale, I think, because there's only so much you can do. It's just like individual films followed by a team up with a massive villain, and then they kill the villain, and so I think they need to try it and do something different. But then they did try and do something different with Eternals, because that wasn't really like any other MCU film. But then everyone hated it. So it's like, what do you expect them to do?
That was the point I was going to bring up for your side as well. Like, everyone hated Eternals when it tried something new. But I mean, even still, it's just like the market will become oversaturated with MCU content, because right now we've got a bunch of shit that was planned from like 3-4 years ago, and then just now we've had an Agatha series announced for some reason, and like spin-offs of like side characters or villains where it's like, we don't need this, right? And it's a bit like with comics, where you just have a bunch of like stuff just sprawled around, and people were complaining about MCU fatigue like 3-4 years, like 2 or 3 years ago as well. Like after Endgame, there was like, have we got too many? And if we're asking that then, and now we've got Disney Plus coming out with all the shows and the animated stuff, and then we've got more movies in the pipeline, which will set up more shows and more. Like eventually, you'll just hit a point where you're just like, I can't do all of this. And obviously, if you look at it from a comic thing, it's like, yeah, you want to have as many comics as possible because then you spread a wide net. But eventually, people will just get tired of it, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And stale is not to say it's bad. Something can be stale and still be good. That's why people like them rich tea biscuits, I guess. Like being stale isn't bad, but it's annoying for the progression of movies. Cause like,
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I was just gonna say, like, I think the main difference between me and you in this is that I enjoy the movies a lot more than you do. So I when I'm watching the new Marvel stuff now, I'm still enjoying it, even though I can see that in the future it might become stale, or like you can start to see a pattern emerging. Because like, so the films that are being released like last year, I enjoyed most of them. Like Black Widow wasn't great, but the rest of them I really like. But it's the TV shows that I have a bit of an issue with. Because so far, none of the TV shows have been great, in my opinion. Like, they've been okay, but they've not been amazing. So it's like, you should at least put more effort into the TV shows if you want people to, like, keep watching the TV shows, especially because they have, like, a million TV shows planned. So, yeah, even though I'm enjoying it now, I can see why in the future it can become stale and eventually get boring and repetitive.
I will add just, I know I'm the moderator, but I will add something. I think something they tried to do was step away from the usual algorithm doing stuff in Shang-Chi, and for the most part I thought they did quite well with it, but then it just like, they diverted back to what they do usually. So I think, I know we're only talking about MCU movies, but I think the state overall, yes, it looks like comic book movies are becoming stale, but someone like James Gunn or Taika Waititi, they're adding something new to it. So it's like you getting people or directors who don't usually do comic book movies and putting them in to see if they can have something different. Because Chloe Zhao did Eternals, and I think a lot of people thought that, even though the reviews were like, oh, Eternals isn't that good or
I
whatever.
liked it.
Oh yeah, a lot of people thought Eternals was quite good.
Yeah, I liked it.
Because
But I think,
it didn't necessarily follow a certain way of doing stuff like we've seen before. So I think by bringing in like new directors and people who aren't attuned to doing comic book movie stuff, you should be able to get something more out of it. But I think they
Yeah,
need to step away from like, I get they're coming from a place where it's like, okay, if we sell to kids, then we're going to get more money out of like merchandise and stuff. But I think there's a whole other side to the audience that they're just forgetting about. So like the older comic book fan, the people who've read comic books for years and years and years, who have seen like all the dark bits or the dark areas of comics that the movies hardly ever travel to. I think that's a way that they can step away from being stale and like adding something new to it.
I don't even think comic books need to be that expensive either. Like, I guarantee you, most of the budget goes into the big CGI monster at the end of the movie. Even Ragnarok had that with like Surtur and the dog Fenrir. And it was like, if you take them out, it doesn't really change anything. Like, we keep Surtur at the beginning,
no.
but if you take Fenrir at the end, it doesn't change anything. You just have Hela as the main villain. Just have them all team up and beat her. It's this big epic moment, and then have them go on a ship and then get bust up by Thanos. Like it doesn't change the movie at all, really.
Yeah.
But I think I comfortably won that, to be honest. You know, considering I
We
swayed
basically
my way
agreed.
to my side.
So you didn't sway me. I came in without opinions. But you can't win a debate where you're debating against someone that has the same opinion as you. Really.
Miles, I went first, and you came in and said you agree with me. As a result,
Yeah.
that's surely a win for me.
What you're trying to tell me that my mind was made up after hearing you speak?
Of
Yeah.
course, there is no other
Yeah.
logical
Um,
opinion.
I think.
Sure.
Come on, Esme. You know.
Cool. I mean, you guys pretty much agreed with each other. To be fair,
Yeah.
the poll that we had up says 2 people agree that comic book movies are becoming stale.
One of them was me.
Wow.
They don't need to know that. Shush.
Oh yeah, sorry. It was Miles.
I haven't voted.
Oh, it's okay. I ended the poll.
Come on, man.
Okay, new question. The next question is, which I think did get heated in the chat once, but we'll see. When did Game of Thrones take a turn for the worse?
Miles
let-
can.
Season 8.
Oh, God. Yeah, you can go. You can go.
Game of Thrones was good until season 8. It's like, well, I don't see what was wrong with it before season 8. Like, season 8 wasn't amazing, obviously. But then, if you think about it, season 8 as like media content was still like decent. It's just because it wasn't Game of Thrones early seasons level that people hated on it. Like, obviously, I can see that like a lot of the stuff was stupid. Like in the Battle of Winterfell, like the whole fight was a bit stupid, and then the killing of the Night King before we even saw the motivation as to why he was trying to kill people, that wasn't great. But like before that, in like season 7 and 6, which is where I see people complaining about it, I don't see where there's a problem with that. Like season 6, in my opinion, is the best season anyway. So I don't, I don't see why people hate on it. So season
Let
8
me.
is when it got bad.
All right. Oh, what? Miles is gone. I
I'm
ran
not
him out
gone.
the show. And what?
He's still
Why
here.
is it?
I'm still here.
Oh no, I thought his face cam was gone. So I was confused.
No, he's still
Is
here.
it?
But oh, now you're back. Yeah. Essentially, right? Game of Thrones declined after season 4, right? And let me
No.
preface this and say, season 1 to 4 of Game of Thrones is peak television, arguably. It's some of the best TV I've ever seen, right? And they all follow a nice little structure, and everything has purpose. They're constantly setting everything up, right? Now we can agree that season 8 was terrible, right?
Yeah.
So instead, I'm gonna work backwards, right, and go from season 7, right, and explain why this was bad. First of all, Daenerys just becomes an idiot. Like, lest we forget, this is the same people that said, "Oh yeah, by the way, Daenerys just forgot about the Iron Fleet," right? She just like they're literally talking about it, but she just forgets about that. But anyway, yeah, that's besides the point. They introduced Euron Greyjoy. He's shit. Like he's just shit, isn't it? He's just like the most stupid character around. He just goes around, talks about his dick a lot, and like wants to get with Cersei. That's his whole motivation. His entire motivation in the entire show is to get with Cersei, which is just shit, right? But anyway, season 7 has 2 of the stupidest like episodes in the Spoils of War, where Jaime and Bronn decide to just get a load of plot armor. Like, for instance, there's a bit where Jaime sees Daenerys being covered by a literal dragon, and instead of running off while his troops have all been murdered, he decides to run straight ahead with his horse and ride at her. Bear in mind, all the dragon has to do, and which it does, is turn around and shoot literal fire out of his mouth. This is supposed to be one of the greatest generals in Game of Thrones, right? One of the smartest people. Also, he's a great fighter, right? And to be a great fighter, you need to have intelligence. Then he falls into the water. Bear in mind, he's carrying gold armor. Gold, right? Fucking heavy. He just floats. And Bronn, with his heavy armor, is also able to swim down, You get him, bring him back up, and everything is fine, right? It sets up nothing. They just randomly kill a bunch of people just to show Daenerys has power. It's fucking dumb, right? And then you have Beyond the Wall, which is one of the stupidest episodes of all time, right? They want to prove to Cersei for some reason that, you know, the Night Walkers are real, you know? The White Walkers, sorry. They're real and they're really scary. So their plan is to send 9 men or something to go and get them. These men are some of the most important characters. Jon Snow, incredibly fucking important. The Hound, incredibly important in a battle, isn't he? Fucking who else went? Jorah went, didn't he? Like, send your soldiers. Why would you want to you want to go there, bring them to Cersei, then this somehow will prove that the army of the dead is real, right? For some reason. And then she, as a result, will be convinced that the White Wolf are a real threat and they're really bad and everyone needs to team up like this is the Avengers, yeah? And everything is fucking dumb, right? Jon just becomes an idiot. He goes from like being a semi-decent character to my queen and I love Daenerys
Yeah,
for
that's
some
in
reason,
season
even
8.
though I met her 20 minutes ago.
This isn't before
No,
that.
he meets her 20 minutes ago, yeah, and he goes, I love her, my queen, let's have sex. Yeah, I love you. Yeah, I'm behind you all the way. Yeah, fucking dumb. Season 7 is just bad, right? It's just horrible. It sets up the worst season, right? Season 6, it literally does nothing to me.
But so much happens in season
until the
6.
last 2 episodes.
No.
Until the last 2 episodes, nothing really, like, the storylines go nowhere at all.
Hodor
right?
dies.
Here's
That
what I mean.
episode is sick.
Yeah, the last 2 are, like, great.
No, that's in, like,
this
episode 5.
What even happens in episode 5? Oh, Hodor.
Yeah.
Fuck me. That bit is cool. I'll accept that. And I'm not saying that Game of Thrones was terrible. Season 5 and 7 and 8 are terrible. But the decline from season 4 to like season 5 and 6, after season 5, when they find out that there's that they've caught up with the books, they just become a moment, right? And the writers start writing backwards instead of building the story up, which is what they'd been doing before. So they learn, like, oh, we need to get to Hardhome, right? So let's have this really contrived bit to get there, and then we'll have a really cool fight scene. Or we need to get Arya to Walder Frey. So let's have her waste 2 seasons learning with the Faceless Men.
To be fair,
cool.
I don't really like
She
that
does nothing. They just go, oh, go there, pretend to be this, and then eventually you'll just kill someone, by the way. That would be really cool. That's how you learn to be one of the Faceless Men. Or they introduce the worst storyline in the entire show in Dawn. Dawn is shit.
No,
Nothing happens.
It's not that bad, really. The worst storyline in the show is Bran becoming the Three-Eyed Raven.
Oh, yeah. By the way, in season 5, setting up for Bran becoming the king, they just abandoned Bran.
Yeah, he's not in the entire season. It's quite funny.
And he's meant to have this great story that we just missed for an entire season for some reason. And the change between him, he becomes a massive dick. In season 6, right? Arya, season 5 and 6 introduced stupid things like fucking Barristan Selmy just dies for some reason. They just wanted a cool action scene and they wanted the old man to die. He's still alive in the books, but they just went, yeah, let's have him die. They killed Jon Snow and then went, let's bring him back 2 episodes later. Like, if you're gonna bring it back, I don't mind, right? But you could have fucking, what's her face, Sansa, come up, try and get troops, yeah? Everyone's like, oh my god, how's she gonna do this? She wants to go up against Ramsay, yeah? And then Jon comes in as a last minute thing almost, and it's this big valiant moment, and it pays more credence to his storyline, because he does nothing after that. Azor Ahai, he does nothing. He just brings everyone to Winterfell, and everyone blows up, right? I'm not even talking about that horrible episode. Like, it's just fucking dumb, man. And Cersei's resolution to her story, where she's about to be put on trial and she blows everything up, is a perfect encapsulation of what this show became. Cersei is one of the smartest characters in the show, and her solution to being put in trial was blow everything up.
But did it not
Surely,
work?
at some point, I'm not saying it won't work.
So
right?
what's
But
the
if your
problem
solution-
with it?
Like, the problem is it's fucking dumb. The solution
How is
to
it
that
dumb?
is
It
just
worked.
blow
You
everything up.
can't say
How is
you
that
can't say it's dumb if it worked, and it makes such a sick episode as well. So I
If
don't
I
see what the
throw a
problem
grenade
is.
at you and get caught after, is that a successful murder plot? Yes. Is it smart? No.
Yeah, but she doesn't
you get
get
what I'm
caught
saying?
because no one does anything to her because she blows up everyone who can. Exactly. So it works. So what's the problem?
No, but here's the thing, yeah. Season 1 to 4, right? If we try and implant that, do you think season 1 to 4 Cersei would blow the fuck out of people? No, she would use her intelligence, yeah, and she'd probably either bribe everyone.
Yeah, but like,
or she'd get
what else
her
could
back
she
with her
have
word.
done though?
Instead, she blew everything up.
Yeah, but what else could she have done? You're saying, oh, use her intelligence. She tries to do that the entire time, like trying to manipulate Tommen to stop being a dick. And then Tommen's like, actually, no, I'm going to still carry on being a dick. So she's like, oh, fuck it. Why don't I just kill everyone? And then my son will finally stop being a dick.
Yeah, you're going at the specific scenario, saying that scenario is complete fact, but you can just change the scenario. Like, in stupid moments, yeah, you don't blame the stupidity on the characters. You blame the stupidity on the writers.
Yeah, but I'm saying there is no stupidity.
In blowing everything up in Game of Thrones.
Yeah, it worked. So it was.
The whole of season 2, right, is built upon Tyrion's plan to try and salvage, Greek, the fire to stop Stannis, right?
Yeah.
And it's this whole season's build up to everything. With a stupid plot line, it's just like, oh, by the way, we've got a bunch of fire.
Yeah, but we knew about that. It's not like that was suddenly a revelation. We knew about that from season 2.
Yeah, but you know what I mean, though. Like, this is it's come up like a throwaway line, like, oh, by the way, there's a bunch of Greek fire under there. Oh, cool. Let's not talk about it for 8 episodes yet. Not any inkling that Cersei is setting everything up. Like,
yeah, but why do you need to know that she's setting everything up? It can just be a surprise to the audience.
It adds to the intelligence of the character.
Yeah, but then if every episode we had a bit of Cersei being like, oh, there's some fire, and then the next episode, oh, why don't I blow this shit up? And then the next episode is her putting it underneath the set. People will be like, oh, why do we need to see that? She could have just done it. So either way, people would have been moaning about it.
I'm saying set it up in a natural way, in that you get some hints as to what she wants to do. You get a hint about the blowing everything up. You get the hint that she's moving different pieces to have everything set up there.
Yeah, but then that ruins how special the opening of the episode is. Because the opening of the episode is sick because you don't know what she's going to do.
Just to blow everything up in that episode as well is what I'm saying.
No, but it's like a whole 10-minute sequence. No, because there's like a whole 10-minute sequence at the start of that episode where nobody speaks and you don't know what's going to happen. It's part of like, you just see the trial. You don't know that the whole thing is going to blow up. It's part of the surprise. That is part of what makes the episode good. Because then when you see fucking Lancel below the thing and you see the wildfire, you're like, oh fuck, I know what's about to happen. If you saw that in episode 2, you're going to be like, oh well, that's not as dramatic or as special now because...
But it doesn't need to be dramatic.
Why? It's a TV show.
And then we don't need to see... The dramatic thing should be seeing everyone blow up, not being surprised by everyone blowing up, if that makes sense, right? What they do is they just introduce a bunch of plot twists to go, hey, look, we're actually really smart because we're confusing you. You don't know what's happening because we don't know what
yeah, but you're not, when I say confused, I don't mean like you have no idea what's going on. I mean like it's mysterious. You don't know what's gonna happen. Not like, oh, I have no idea what's happening. Because you can sort of tell that something's gonna happen. You just don't know what it is.
They conflate good writing with a bunch of twists. And you can see that with
but who doesn't like a twist? The twist is part of good writing.
Her bringing 2 dragons makes
yeah, but you're talking about
right?
season 8 now, and I agree that season 8's bad.
No, season 7 when he goes to bring the dickheads back
Yeah, but to be
younger
fair,
people, right?
from like a
dragons?
logical perspective, if you bring more dragons, you're gonna kill more things.
But all this is a rescue mission because they just need to bring the 9 people, however many fuckers in, they need to bring them and the wall or whatever they got that they've captured, yeah? And
Yeah.
also, by the way, Tyrion, throughout all this time, is a fucking idiot, right? Season 5, nothing. Daenerys just fucks off for some reason with Drogon, yeah? And they leave Tyrion and all that to try and rule, where they're just useless. Like, forget the fact that Tyrion was the hand of the king. Forget the fact that he was actually really good. He stopped Stannis. He was intelligent. Yeah, forget that. He's just a bumbling idiot, right? So he's shit. She abandons Dario for some reason just because she's like, oh, I need to focus on my plan. And you will distract me. I don't need love right now. And then she falls for John, and they have wicked sex for some reason. Like, okay, fine, fair enough. I mean, you got rid of Dario for some. Dario's still there, by the way. He's not fucking doing anything.
Yeah,
Right?
it
He's
did.
just
It did
living
kind of
life
annoy
in
me that Dario just disappeared because Dario was so cool. I loved that guy. I was hoping he'd appear in season 8.
Marjorie, and they killed him. Fuck
Yeah,
you. But
that
anyway,
annoyed me
in
a bit. But
season 5, do you remember anything that actually happened? Like
in
some
season
of the most,
5, Hard Home is
Yeah.
literally like the second best
Hard Home is
episode
lit,
in the
I
entire
agree.
show.
And what else
Well, in season
from
5.
season 5?
Well, I don't know, but I watched it like years ago. So what do you expect?
I'm saying that, like, why? Like, they don't need.
All right,
Like,
let me look it
two
up.
of the most memorable bits are Hard Home and Sansa gets raped for some reason. Like,
So,
for
yeah,
no,
that's what.
she just gets raped, and it's just the weirdest thing because it's like, why? And the thing is, the whole thing isn't told through her story. It's told through the eyes of Theon. This is more torture for Theon for some reason than the person that's actually getting raped. And then after that, they justify it by going, well, after she got raped, she became a really cool, strong character. If you need your female characters to get raped to justify having, like, her get character development as a result, it's fucking dumb, isn't it? It's just dumb.
We've got loads of comments. Faris is saying,
Hey. On your votes, yeah? What season did Game of Thrones? You put season 4. It's season 5.
you said season 4.
You frauded
Yeah,
me.
you said season 4.
You started off with season. You said season 4 was when it started taking a turn for the worse at the start of the video.
I said season 5. I said 1 to 4 is great.
See, we have more votes
I said
on season 8 though, so you know.
Like after season 4.
Okay.
But
we do
here's my
have.
closing thoughts,
Okay, you
right?
carry on. I'll say it afterwards.
Here's my closing thoughts on it, right? Oh, thank you. Aslam is always right. Yeah, that's correct.
This
Right, here's
is
my closing
biased.
thoughts. I am incredibly biased. Oh, that is, yeah. Look, Game of Thrones has always thrived because of its great writing, great setup, and incredible acting, right? It was never the visual effects that brought anyone up, right? After season 5 or season 4, the visual effects increase, but the quality of writing decreases. Instead, Game of Thrones becomes a moment show where before you would praise the incredible writing and the setup for everything, right? The trial, you had everything being set up for the surprise reveal of Shay coming and then him blowing up at everyone, right? It makes sense. Or Oberyn, like, trial by combat. That was fucking cool because Oberyn's introduced, we get backstory on him, and then he has his whole fight scene.
Yeah, but you just
cool, right?
you just said season 5 was shit, and then you just said 2 moments that made season 5 sick.
No, but season 5 just has a bunch of, or season 5 onwards just has a bunch of moments that you can look to and say in isolation they're really cool.
Yeah.
But when you actually look at the season as a whole, they're shit because they're just set up for moments, but not true setup for an actual story.
But isn't like
right?
TV shows and movies is based on moments? Like that's how, like you set up something and then a moment happens. Isn't that just how they work?
The great part about a TV show is the journey is always better than the destination. You like the journey more because you're setting up for something, and it's not a moment that you can look back and go, well, hey, in season 5, Hard Home was really cool. I don't know what anything else was. that was cool about it. In season 6, you had the Battle of the Bastards and the Winds of Winter, which are great in my opinion.
Yeah.
Anyone that says they're not, I think they're incorrect, but that's their opinion. But before that, we just have a load of fluff to get to there. With season 7, you have 2 really good episodes, or 2 moments that they think are good in the Spoils of War and the other dickhead episode on the wall. And even the last episode is fucking nonsense, right? But I didn't want to talk about the last episode because then it leads into season 8, which is arguably the worst pile of shit ever created.
It's not
right?
that bad, bloody hell.
Spoils of War just introduced incredible plot armor and ridiculous nonsense.
No, the plot armor's not that bad, is it?
Season 6 had that as well, though.
Huh?
Like, Arya getting stabbed and swims in dirty water and suddenly she's okay. What do you mean? It makes no sense. Or when Melisandre takes off her necklace and she's like, yeah, I'm really old now, but a couple seasons ago, I didn't have my necklace on. They just
but that's just
plot
one mistake,
give
though.
characters incredible plot armor by ridiculous nonsense. Or like in season 7 during the Beyond the Wall episode, where the wargs, instead of attacking from everywhere, they just run at them one by one to try and make it easier for them, and no one really dies. And it's like, this is 9 people against like 1,000 wargs, plus the White Walkers and the Night King, and the whole like thing that they build up to is the Dragon dying, which didn't need to die because Daenerys didn't need to be a fucking idiot, and we don't need to introduce time travel, by the way, or just incredible speed, because the only way Daenerys gets there that quick is through speed or time travel.
To be fair, that bit was a bit stupid. But
we have a lot of stuff in the chat. Faris was agreeing with what Aslam was saying. He says season 5 was a downfall of God. 5 and 6 was bearable. Season 6 was the first season without source material, so it was kind of peak. Season 4 is when dialogue dumbed down, less foreshadowing. Barrister and Selmy's death was the dumbest thing in the show. There needs to be foreshadowing. A surprise can still be a surprise with intelligent foreshadowing. And you can see a hatred for everyone before blowing up the Sept of Balor.
Oh, she definitely hated everyone at that point. I mean, she had the whole walk of shame or whatever.
He also says...
Oh, by the way, you know that woman that does it? She also plays the woman in Ted Lasso.
Oh, yeah.
She's great. I've seen her in so much stuff.
I'm very sure Jamie mentions there was a wildfire stored under the Sept by the Mad King. So there was foreshadowing there.
Exactly, we knew about the wildfire.
And even Bran had the vision of the explosion, but they tried tricking the audience thinking that it was the Mad King explosion even before the... We knew Jaime killed the Mad King before an explosion, and Qyburn told Cersei there was plenty of wildfire under the Sept.
See, is that not enough foreshadowing for you?
I will accept that, but I just find the whole blowing everything up thing weird. I haven't watched the show in a while, so maybe I didn't catch the foreshadowing there, and that's fair enough. I'll concede that point, but I will still stand by the fact that blowing everything up was fucking dumb.
Yeah, but you still haven't said why. You're just saying there's no setup to it, but you haven't said why blowing stuff up itself is dumb. Because, like I said, it worked.
I just think it's a contrived way to execute everything that happened with Cersei's story. That's it. I just think that the solution, like, we've set up Cersei humiliated, and her solution is to blow everyone up. Like, do you see how it jars? Like, even just saying it jars. Just thinking about it.
Yeah, but it's like, when you have nothing else to do, then why not just blow up all your enemies at once? It's funny.
But Game of Thrones is funny like that. Do you get what I mean? Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, just saying the line, Cersei got mad, she was humiliated, everything went wrong, so she blew everything up. It just jars with you, doesn't it? Like, it's not like it's like if the Red Wedding was just an explosion. Like, it would have achieved the same thing, but it's not as impactful, because with the Red Wedding, you had set up and you had a bunch of people, getting shot and stuff. I don't know.
All right, Miles, did you have any closing arguments?
Not really. I just, I don't know.
Fair enough.
I just think that, like, it was fine. Like, obviously there was some stupid things before season 8, but that happens in every TV show. Like I don't know if there's any TV shows above like 6 seasons that doesn't have a bad season or bad moments because it just happens. So I just feel like you can't blame the entire show on that. But then, like obviously, like we said, season 8 is still pretty bad. So that's where I would say it goes bad. But
I
yeah.
do agree that you're allowed to have bad seasons. You're not allowed to have 4 fucking bad seasons in a row, though, are you?
But they're not 4 bad seasons though.
Even
Because
2
like
bad seasons,
when
fine, 2 bad
all right,
seasons and 2
but if
okay ones.
all right, if they were so bad, why did you watch them?
Because he finishes the show.
Yeah, but like you don't stay around for like 5 years to watch a show if you think it's all bad. Like you watch one season, get halfway through the second season, and be like, "Oh, this is shit," and then not watch it.
Look, season 5 and 6 were okay, alright? Season 7 was horrible. But the thing is, you have one last season where you're like, they have 2 years off here, and you're like, they've got to do something good. I mean, they've got bigger budget, you know, they've got more time, everyone's there, you know, this is cool. And then, you know, season 8 comes out, and you feel incredibly depressed about the way life has gone and your life choices as a result of watching this stupid show, yeah?
All right. Do you think that if they had 10 episodes in season 7 and 8, it would have been better, or do you think it had already got bad enough that they couldn't have revived it with extra episodes?
Salvageable by that. It was still salvageable because you have 2 okay seasons in 5 and 6. 7 was terrible for me, but you can still save that if you. Because I think 7 was bad because they had to get everything done in 2 seasons, when they could have just you know planned out more seasons. And if they planned out more seasons, more time would be given to the writing instead of the visual effects and all of that, and it just would have flowed better. And I think things would have made more sense. But because they went, well, we want to do our slavery show as 2 white men. Everything went.
Fair enough. Apparently, they were gonna do like 1 season with 10 episodes, like season 7 with 10, but they were given like 6 extra episodes, so they split it into 2. So I don't know if it would have been worse or better if they just did that 1 season with 10 episodes. But yeah.
Yeah. All right. Leave your thoughts in the comments about what you think, or when you think Game of Thrones took a turn for the worse.
Aslam's just a better debater, I think. He talks more.
Don't worry. Wait, what's the last one? The best.
Yeah. The final question. I know this stream has been cutting in and out throughout, but
sorry.
We'll fix it for tomorrow. The final question that we have is, what is the best show on TV right now? So, as I'm saying, a show that isn't currently officially cancelled.
Alright, Mars, we'll do rock, paper, scissors.
Wait,
to decide
hold
who
on.
goes first.
When you say not officially cancelled, does that mean it still has to be running, right?
Yeah.
Or
So
can it be any show ever?
It can't be just a show that people have completely forgotten about, or like,
Alright.
unless you want to say EastEnders, then fair
I
enough.
think it could end. Like, if it's ending this year, then it's fair game. Or if it just ended, for instance. So if it was like, I don't know, if Breaking Bad ended last week, we wouldn't go, well, that's not running anymore. Like, that would be fair game.
Alright, cool.
I'll do rock, paper, scissors.
Alright.
We go rock, paper, scissors, and then go.
Yeah.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Shit.
Rock, paper.
There's
scissors,
a much easier
shoot.
way to do
Oh,
this.
fuck you.
Yes.
There's a much easier way to do this other than rock, paper, scissors, because there's a lag between you
I
two.
won.
It worked.
It doesn't matter.
I'm thinking of between 1 and 10.
Champion. And I'll
I'm
let
thinking of
Miles
a
go
number
first.
between
What?
1 and 10. Aslam, pick if it's odd or even.
I'll go even further. It's the number 6. Yeah.
No, it was 7.
Oh, back now.
Okay, Miles, you go first.
Alright.
Yes!
Well, my vote for the best running show is Better Call Saul, because I think it's the most underrated show ever, right? Because it's obviously the prequel to Breaking Bad, and but it's written and like created by the same guy who did Breaking Bad. I'm pretty sure, anyway. And so, Better Call Saul is literally just Breaking Bad, and it's as good as Breaking Bad, but with slightly different characters. And like, it's not even slightly different characters really, because you still have loads of characters from Breaking Bad in it, and all the characters that make it all the characters from Breaking Bad that are good, because you have like people like Walter White, who I didn't really like in Breaking Bad. Obviously, he's not in Better Call Saul, so it's like Breaking Bad but without the bad characters. And so I feel like Better Call Saul is like on par with Breaking Bad, and considering Breaking Bad is like one of the best shows of all time, so is Better Call Saul. So I just feel like nobody talks about it enough, and so that's why I think it's the best show that's on right now. It's got one season left before it ends, and I think it's coming out next year. So yeah.
I will allow you to pick one more if you do have one more, because I think Aslam might have two.
No, I've only got the one.
Okay.
Go on then.
Go on, Aslam.
All right. I had to get this checked. Crunchyroll is a streaming service, and as a result, yeah, my pick is Attack on Titan. Show's awesome, right? It's like, okay, it really does follow the Game of Thrones thing, because it's really good up until the ending, and the ending's bad. But you know, we haven't got to that bit in the show yet. So Attack on Titan is my pick for the best show. The characters are all incredible. They're all A tier. It has great plot twists with actual good foreshadowing, Benioff and Weiss, right? Everything is set up and everything works in the show, right? You have great build up. You have a fantastic soundtrack. You have the openings are great. The outros also give you more information. The animation is top class. They even had to change studio, and it's still friggin' awesome. It also has some of the highest rated shows on IMDb, for instance. Like at one point, it had multiple 10 out of 10 episodes, which beats out what Breaking Bad does.
Wait, what'd you say?
It's also on IMDb rated higher than Better Call Saul by about 30. And
Yeah, but who cares about IMDb? People on IMDb can be retarded.
Miles,
Oh yeah,
guys, please
And
keep the
Sorry.
politically correct words out of this. We need
Yeah, come on, man.
monetization.
All right.
Let me look. So like I'm looking at this site that tells me the 10 best episodes so far, and the 10th rating is 9.8. That's insane. If you have 10 episodes of a 9.8, that's insane. It speaks to the consistency and quality of the writing, the characters, the animation, the studio. It's awesome. It even has a multiple 10 out of 10 episodes. Like, this is insane. The consistency, it's just awesome. And it's also one of the most popular shows in the world right now. So subjectively, it's one of the most popular, so it must be loved. And objectively, if you use IMDb as a reference point, its episodes are some of the highest in history. So I'm gonna go with Attack on Titan.
That's fair.
Semi-fruity, but that's all right.
Yeah, but you're saying, right, it's one of the most popular shows, so it must be good. Well, the Game of Thrones is one of the most popular shows, so.
No, I said a lot of people like it
fair enough.
because it won't be that watched. And also, if again with IMDb, a lot of people could just go and review bomb it. That hasn't been reviewed.
All right. Well, if you look at
Better,
Better Call Saul, season 5, the lowest rated episode on IMDb is 8.7. So like that's pretty good. And then like season 4 is 8.3. So like it's also got really high ratings on IMDb, and because it's just Breaking Bad, but like different. It's just more Breaking Bad essentially.
Oh, for season 4 on IMDb, the lowest rated is 8.9. World class.
Blaming hell. that is impressive, to be fair.
3. Oh my god, season 3. Fucking hell. I need to find an 8 rating. Because right now the lowest for season 3 is 8.9. There you go. season 2. 9.4, 8.99. Oh my god, Attack on Titan just has insane. Yeah, 8.9 again. The consistency of the show is incredible.
But it's not as
I
easy
love
to
it.
watch as Better Call Saul. You have to pay for a subscription to another service just to use it. But everybody has Netflix, and Better Call Saul is
You
on
can't
Netflix.
say that.
So...
You have to pay for Netflix as well.
Streaming service for Netflix? What do you mean? You wouldn't see it without Netflix. Come on, man.
Yeah,
That's
but
not a
my,
fair
my
point.
argument my argument is that everybody has Netflix. Who has Crunchyroll?
I will.
Nobody.
100,000
I'll
people. Thank you very much.
back.
Yeah, and Netflix has like 1 billion
I'll
people,
back
probably.
Miles's one just for a second to say that. I know you were saying that the top 10 episodes of Attack on Titan's like 9.8 and above. Better Call Saul, at least 18 episodes have given a rating of 9 or above.
Not bad.
Well, I mean, it's 18 episodes of 9 and above on IMDb or just
On
written-
IMDb.
Okay, let me see. Episode 89. Because I'm gonna be real. If we're just using 9 ratings, Attack on Titan will destroy it. Okay, how do I... No. Look, I'm telling you, from the last 3 seasons, you have more than... From the last 2 seasons, you have more than 29 rated episodes.
Yeah, but anime fans are like insane, so they're just obviously gonna rate anything that's anime like 10 out of 10 anyway. At least
you,
the
you
Better
say
Call
that,
Saul
but-
reviewers are realistic. So if you want an accurate interpretation of ratings, look
Is
at
it
Better
not
Call Saul.
harder for a live action show to be rated compared to an anime?
What do you mean?
Because there's a lot more stuff that go into a live action show than there is an anime. The anime, you animate and there's voice actors going above it, but for live action, you have to like actually show your facial expressions and act it out, rather than just being a
Exactly.
voice
So
actor.
for it to have
I
a
would
lower
say that-
rating means it's just as good or better.
I will ask Aslam, do you have a live action show, or is it just Attack on Titan that you have?
I mean, first of all, yeah, I think that's a very unfair point, right? Because if we're talking performance by itself, right, live action will have it's more expressive. Obviously, you can see that, but the work of the voice actors has to be that much higher because you're seeing a cartoon character essentially. You're seeing an animated thing, and yet you find so much subtlety and believability in not only the animation but also the quality of the voice actors themselves. I think that's a very unfair point. You know, you can actually see a character, but you can't see the animated character. So you have to. There's less immersion in an animated character than live action. I can look at a live action show, any of them, and be like, you know what, I can see myself more in that than in an animated thing. So I think that's a very unfair point.
I
Or you
don't
can
think
have
it is,
Attack on
though.
Titan, but
I have a
Go
question
on.
for you.
I think it's hard.
Do you remember last week or a
Go
few
on.
days ago you were telling us about Mandalorian and how
Yeah.
you hate Pedro Pascal's voice in the Mandalorian?
Yeah, bro. But you know what I mean. You have to watch an anime to understand it. If Favor was here, he'd accept it. Where's all my anime peoples in here? Oh my god. The form
Yeah,
is
okay,
being
but
slandered.
would
even
you
the anime is...
would you say that animated shows are rated differently to live action shows? Are you
No.
sure? Because you
I
think
wouldn't.
when people make their like
wouldn't,
top
no.
100 list of shows, it's usually live action, and then there's a separate animated one because they're quite hard to judge together. Which is why there's a whole nother category for animated movies because they're rated differently.
Yeah, but in my opinion, they shouldn't be rated differently.
This changes
though.
to a new debate.
Like,
Alright, well, you can have
No,
Attack on
yeah.
Titan, but if you had to pick a live action, what would it be? Because I'm just curious to know now.
it would have to be Peaky
That's fair.
Blinders, I would say.
Yeah, that would have been my second one.
Peaky is
Miles,
freaking
just to
sick,
make it fair, do
alright?
you
And
have
obviously
an
I have a-
animated one?
Yeah, Invincible.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm sorry. That will clap. I'm telling you, yeah, when it goes down, Attack on Titan, bar the ending, which really fucking pisses me off, right? But I think people will still like that because the creator literally scoured fan fiction to try and get the best ending for everyone.
Has it actually finished now?
It's finishing.
No, it's
maybe when it finishes, I'll try and watch it. Because we haven't seen each other through it, so we can't debate it that much.
But I'm telling you, yeah, if we cut off Attack on Titan before the last episode, yeah, it would go down in history as one of the greatest shows of all time. I would put it as my number one. It didn't have its ending. It's currently number one on my list, but until the ending comes out, I will not move it. When it does, fuck me, I'm going to be so sad. It will hurt more than Game of Thrones, but I'm telling you, Attack on Titan is fucking sick. If you haven't watched it, you need to watch it. It's a must watch. Me saying that about a show, I'm a hater apparently. So that must be the quality of the show. But this should be a rep just because I like stuff less than Miles like stuff, you know. So as a result, yeah, if I'm gushing this much about a show, its rating surely should be way higher. You know what I mean?
Fair enough. All right. If anyone has any opinions on that, please let us know now.
I need the viewers to pop in and say hello.
Yeah.
Guys.
Our
Go on,
viewing numbers
Go on.
have fluctuated
Go on.
over the past hour-ish.
What was our peak?
6.
Like 5, 6.
Not
Yeah.
bad.
We've had 38 playbacks, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Really?
I think the best show on TV right now is This Is Us because it's bloody emotional. It's not
It's
I've
horrible.
heard of that.
It is not horrible. It is so good and it's so
so
consistent
boring.
as well. And you can't say consistently shit before you add that because you did watch season 1, you just stopped watching it. It wasn't
boring.
It's not boring.
What's it about?
Look,
It's
they
family
dr-
drama
they-
effectively.
essentially-
It's like Succession but out of business.
Oh, there's 95 episodes. I'm not watching that.
Look, yeah, you know what they did in season 1, yeah? They fraudulently took a storyline that could have, you know, been shown there, and then they just, no, we'll save it for the next season, and we'll just drag this bollocks storyline out for 9 years, and have all the characters remain stupid, so that we can get more emotional beats out of them. You know this is not
Oh.
bad. It's just emotionally, like,
It's not
the
bad.
only reason it's good is because
It's really
everyone-
good. It is really good.
You can't watch it when you have tears in your eyes. So as a result, the quality of the show must
No.
increase. That's my argument against
What
that.
is too sad? That's what you're trying to say.
It made him feel
Sad,
things.
man. Rather stupid.
Uh,
It made me feel things. It wasn't that good, alright? It wasn't that good. I even tried to get back into it like 3 times, but I couldn't. It was boring. My god. The only good character in there is Jack. We all know what happens to Jack. His best friend betrays him. Like the little fraudulent guy he is. I was gonna add another word, but that would be considered.
wow.
What are the shows on TV at the moment?
I was
The
gonna go
Boys.
Last Kingdom of
Yeah, The Boys.
yeah, Last
The Boys is one of my favorites as well. That's fucking great.
Yeah, I'm rewatching it right now.
There's a animated show coming out on the 4th of March
Oh, actually,
What?
I know.
of The Boys.
What's that?
It's like
Oh,
everything
really?
that happens around in the world of The Boys.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I've got another, right? It's another anime. Currently, Demon Slayer is fucking sick. Yeah. If you're not watching oh my god. This season has been going insane. The animators, yeah. Oh my god. Whoever's paying them needs to give them pay rises. The animation quality is insane. The storytelling, voice acting as well. It's so much fun. Anime is so cool. If you don't watch anime, you're a loser. I'm telling you.
See what I mean? Anime
Wait,
fans are so passionate, so why do you expect all the ratings to be a 10? They're obviously going to be a 10.
Yeah. If you ever watch it, you'll understand why the ratings are 10.
Oh, I tried
That's
to
what I'm
watch
saying.
Attack on Titan once and I got bored. Well, I didn't get bored, I just gave up.
I'm telling you, yeah. It will be the most enjoyable. How many episodes is it? Attack on Titan. I think it's episodes. It's 80 episodes. But you have to think about it. But they're 20 minutes. And
Yeah.
because the opening are like 3 minutes long. They really take their time with the openings, man. They're like, we really want to show off our epic music skills, and they do it. My God, and no, and to be fair, yeah, they're sick. Like the new opening is #1 in the rock Billboard charts.
Wow.
I'm telling
What
you,
other show?
insane. They dominate everything. They dominate the TV charts. They dominate the Billboard charts. What don't they dominate?
I will
Your mind.
I will watch Euphoria for the content. I'm willing to put myself through
I
that.
tried watching
Did
that,
you try?
but, I got bored. Yeah, in the first episode, I turned it off.
How could you be bored? There's so many male genitalia.
Well, I didn't get to that bit.
I'll watch him.
It's, okay, it seems worth it, man. It seems worth
If
it.
I watch it, I'll do reviews on the channel. I'll do episode by episode review.
You should.
Why?
For the content, man. Everyone watches you. Twitter is full of Euphoria stuff, so if we can get the Euphoria market, then we're in for something.
Yeah, make a Twitter account and just tweet about it and use hashtag Euphoria. Because people just look through that hashtag all the time, so they'll see your tweets about it.
We just have to make really generic tweets as well.
Yeah.
Rue is going through so much trouble this week. I'm telling you, yeah. I saw a clip from it, yeah. I'm convinced that Rue's mum is not African. I'm convinced. Because if she had an African mum, bro,
Half the show would
thing
wouldn't
doing, yeah,
exist.
she would be dead. She would be dead, is all I'm saying. She'd be dead like... There wouldn't be a Euphoria. Because the main character would be dead way before she
think
even got to...
A lot of
the start
people
of the season. She's a waste.
link it to like Requiem for a Dream. That old, I think, Darren Aronofsky movie. Apparently it's like really fucked up, the movie, because it shows like the problems with drug use and stuff.
I mean, yeah, but this just goes, let me highlight the problems of drug use by making everyone a drug addict. Like,
The showrunners definitely understand teenagers.
You're on drugs. This whole universe is on drugs. Like, bro, calm down. Like, and everyone just... It's like Riverdale on crack, which is saying something, because Riverdale has...
It's
aliens,
pretty much Riverdale on HBO.
Aliens are cat.
It's peak HBO.
Bro, HBO had Game of Thrones season 1 to 4, and Sopranos, and The Wire, and fuck, what's that other show? Oz and
Westworld.
Let me see.
Band of Brothers.
What?
Yeah.
Westworld.
Westworld.
Westworld's great.
I tried Westworld. That was so boring.
You find everything boring, so...
No, I liked the first season well enough. I started season 2, and they had the whole... There was the samurai vibe, and I was like, cool, and then they just did nothing with it, and I was like...
Yeah, but that's because if you carried on watching, it explains why samurais just suddenly showed up. Because the season one's like the cowboy theme, innit? And then it becomes less cowboy themed.
I like that. I don't like cowboys. I like